Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing a very powerful energy reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps this channel grow. It lets the YouTube algorithm know that you appreciate this content and gets it out to more people. So, thank you so very much for doing so. I wouldn't be here without you guys, so thank you. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this time, during this very powerful energy time. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. This is the Four of Cups. During this time, okay, we're going to be pulled in a certain direction by spirit. Spirit's going to be like, hey, look at this. Hey, move over here. Hey, check this out. And we're going to be kind of like, no, I have to stay here. And it's almost like we're choosing being stuck. So be mindful of this, Scorpio, because we don't want to be stuck. We just don't. And yet there's going to be an energy around us of, we'll move forward this way. Let's embrace this path. And we're going to be like, yeah, but first I have to finish this. Like, first I have to really double down on what I'm doing right now. And it's like the energy that I'm soaking myself in right now. And spirit's like, no, move away. And that's going to be a very important thing. It sounds almost silly to say that we're going to choose being stuck, but we're not even going to know that we're choosing it. There's just going to be the sense of, no, but I have to do this first. And it makes sense, like one thing first, and then the next, and then the next. But spirit really wants our attention to be pulled towards it, towards them, towards healing, towards connection, towards peace and quiet and love. And that's going to be a really powerful thing to choose during this time, because we choose happiness. And I know it sounds simple to say. And when we're in the midst of a really hard time, a really bad time, a really chaotic time, to choose happiness almost seems impossible. It's like, but I'm being weighed down and weighed down and weighed down. But if we can have one good thing that we look at every single day, one moment of saying thank you, one moment of deeper connection, that can start to change our whole entire lives. Let's see what spirit has to say here. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. And here we have family reverse. Now this is interesting. We're entering into the Cancer time frame, right? The 21st of June is the beginning of Cancer time frame, and that's all about family. And here, Scorpio, there's a disconnect from family, what we view or define as family, what we're moving, what we're connecting with, and what we want to move towards. So here, there's just a sense of, it's time to reevaluate. And this is going to be a time frame because we're at the beginning of the Cancer time frame, where it's like, okay, look at your emotions, look at what you want, look at what's important. We can be having arguments that seem like, well, that's just where we are, right? This is what's going on. And spirit's like, well, why not choose healing? And it's not for them. We don't have to choose it for anybody else but for ourselves. We don't even have to let them know. Okay? Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Wow. Okay. Aren't you guys a heavy hitter during this time? I mean, really, seriously, just knocking it out of the park. And that's fantastic. Scorpio energy coming through, you're shining through brilliantly. The Death card, the Hierophant, the Empress, the Five of Pentacles reverse, and the Six of Swords reverse. So let's talk about this time. We're in one of the most powerful energy times of the year. There are 4 powerful energy times. It's the solstices and the equinoxes. So we're here at the summer solstice if we're in the northern hemisphere, the winter solstice if we're in the southern hemisphere. And it'll be a few days before, a few days after that we really feel the intensity of this time. And this is a time when we open our energy channels and we really grow our spiritual self, but we can really start to see our spiritual self, our soul self, and how we want to move forward in life. Like the question of, what do I want? This is a brilliant time to ask it. Astrologically speaking, and if you want to dive deeper into the astrology of it all, check out Pam Gregory's channel. She's just brilliant, and here on YouTube. I have her linked in the description box below. The solstice is between Saturn going retrograde on the 17th of June, which was also the new moon. So we had very powerful energy there. And on the 30th of June, we also have Neptune stationary going retrograde. So Saturn brings up power and control, puts that in the forefront of our minds and our understanding. Neptune brings forward emotions, like very overwhelming emotional feelings, just very overwhelming emotions. That's why we can get easily stuck in what we view as important instead of what spirit's trying to tell us, move forward this way, connect this way type of thing. We can also feel and really start to be aware of deceptions and illusions. It's like some things just aren't true. And we're like, what is this nonsense? And they can even be things that we're telling ourselves. Like, well, that's not true. That's not fair. Why am I judging myself so harshly? Be aware of this. Now, Neptune is squared the galactic center. Now, we have ourselves opening up spiritually, psychically because of the solstice. There's a reason why so many ancient cultures celebrate solstices and equinoxes and why they're still of relevance today, the power that comes forward. Now, Neptune squared the galactic center also increases our psychic sensibility, but also sensitivity. There we go. And it also is bringing powerful awakening that we'll feel not just this year, but into next year and further. So just be aware of this during this time, like we're starting to see. And that's the whole thing about Scorpio, is that we see around the corners. We see what isn't as clear to everybody else. And where we can get confused is like, why don't you understand? Like, why isn't this clear to you? It is so clear to me. We also have Jupiter in Taurus. That's going to play a huge role. We have Taurus energy here coming up with the Hierophant. And this calls us to find simple joys. But this is also powerful manifestation energy. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Okay, there we go. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So if we're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, we have Sagittarius energy in our chart. That's coming through very powerfully. For somebody here, that's a very big truth. Okay, your Jupiter energy is coming through very, very strongly. All right. Jupiter enhances. It enhances. It's the magnifier of whatever it is next. And it being next to Taurus, Taurus is the great manifester. Taurus sees what it desires, wants, needs on this earthly plane, whether it's for the better or for the worst, and can manifest it. Whatever you're putting your mind to, you will get during this time, Scorpio. Be aware of this. Venus and Mars are in Leo. This is also important because Taurus energy is ruled by Venus. So love and creation is going to be just so important to you. Right? Also, Scorpio, in ancient times, before Pluto was discovered, right, you were ruled by Mars. So Mars being in Leo is important to you. It's illuminating you. It's moving you forward, but it's also saying, be around color, be around brilliance, be around the light. Let yourself shine. Let things move forward. This is a time to surround yourself with beautiful, lovely things and let yourself shine. With the Six of Swords reverse, you're apprehensive in the way that you want to move forward. Right? And there's a sense of, because I'm scared, I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay right here, right now. Once I'm super duper sure, then I can move forward. And what the angels are telling us here is, I'm guiding you. I'm leading you. Take the knowledge that you have gathered. Take what you know, and let us start on this journey together. We are absolutely connecting with us. This is going to be a time where we feel a little bit more at home, a little bit more centered in ourselves, in our bodies, in what we desire from life, how we want to move forward. But we are also going to be focusing on things that don't necessarily build us up. Big questions are coming forward. There's a need here to be guided by Spirit. Spirit is guiding us. Spirit is leading with us. Spirit is helping us heal. White dogs with red ears. In Welsh mythology and Celtic mythology, these were the spirits of the underworld. White animals tended to be from the other world, right? The spirit world, the fairy world. We're going to find that our connection with Spirit is guiding us. We're going to be seeing, but not with our eyes. There's going to be a sense of, oh, that's what I was supposed to see, or that's what I was supposed to know, or oh, that's where I was supposed to be. Let me take the reins and move forward. It brings us to the Hierophant. The Hierophant is knowing what we want. It's also embracing our skills and our gifts. Taliesin in Celtic mythology, he's like the superhero, right? He's the bard of all bards, totally talented, completely, exuberant in his being. There's a sense here of what we put our mind to, we can achieve. I'm not really seeing us fall into the category of like cookie cutter rules, like this is the way it has to be, this is the way it has to be. We're going to be looking at what we desire, what we want, what's important to us, and letting ourselves shine. Remember, what you think about, you will achieve, whether it's positively or negatively. What we put our minds to during this time, we will achieve. It moves us to the Empress. And the Empress is a connection with the way that we want to move forward in our lives. What we're going after, what we want, what's important to us. There's this beautiful healing energy of the heart chakra just absolutely washing over us, connecting with us, loving us, guiding us. We're being told to connect with our hearts, Scorpio. We're being told embrace what you love. And that can be a scary thing, an overwhelming thing, but it's such a necessary thing. There's also a sense of creating. Not just, so with the Empress, and a thing that I always find a bit challenging with the Empress is that she's usually depicted and classically depicted as being pregnant, birthing forward life into the world, but that doesn't resonate with everyone. It just doesn't. And so here, there's a sense of I'm birthing forward creative energy into the world. There's a spark, there is a fire, there's a brilliance that you hold, Scorpio, that you need to let out into the world. And yet there's a sense of not until it's perfect, not until it's absolutely right. And it will never be perfect and it will never be absolutely right. It's time to start to create. It's time to start to say, I'm brave, and just go for it. I'm brave and I can do this. And it's letting your heart guide you. With the Five of Pentacles reversed, we're releasing a poverty mentality, a sense of I can't. Everybody else can. Everybody else can connect. Everybody else can have this prosperity, this success, this bounty, this whatever, but I can't. I'm always going to be on the outside looking in. Spirit is saying stop. It is time to connect with your prosperity and your success. It's time to claim your gifts right here. It's like, this is who you are, Scorpio. As the solstice opens, and even after the solstice, you're going to see things starting to kind of almost shout at you. Like, this is who you are. These are your talents. These are your gifts. This is you. Spirit is saying, I need to lead you forward. Somebody has already paved the way. You're not going to be, figuring out that you can make a wheel out of wood, right? Like one of the first big inventions we ever had as human beings was figuring out that we could make a wheel. But we figured out that we could make it out of stone. And then a huge invention forward or modification was when human beings realized I can make this out of wood. And then a wheel became lighter and so much more useful. That's it. We're going to realize I can make this out of wood. Like I can utilize this for me. Claiming my throne, claiming what I desire, claiming what I want, moving myself forward in love and not being afraid. Not being afraid to embrace our creative energy and not thinking I have to starve. I can't be prosperous. We don't get to be. Our family, our soul, our, spiritual memory, we don't get to be. It's like that's a bunch of nonsense. Our subconscious energy to be aware of is the Lovers. This is Gemini energy. This is not connecting with our duality. This is letting ourselves be overpowered just like by looking at the picture by lust, right? And not thinking of the consequences ahead or not thinking about anything else. But I was listening to a rabbi talk about Gemini energy, which is so cool. I think that's just so cool. And it's the coming together of the spiritual and the practical and the space in between. And that's going to be what we need to be mindful of. We can have the spiritual, but when we're in the spiritual, we're only in the spiritual. We can have the practical, but when we're in the practical, we're only in the practical. And it's like never the two shall meet. And Spirit is saying here, no, we need them to combine. We need it to come together. And that's going to be one of our challenges during this time. And then we have relax. Our subconscious message from Spirit is relax, and it's reverse. It's kind of like when you get that alert on your watch saying, hey, take time, relax, you're super stressed. And you can even be thinking, how am I stressed? Like I'm just getting things done. Relax. Because you can be very easily overwhelmed by the energy around us during this time. And we can be stressed without even realizing it. And we might think, oh, well, I'll know when I'm stressed. But I have one of those watches. And sometimes it tells me to relax. I'm thinking, I'm having a perfectly fine time. Like, what are you talking about? And then the stress level is through the roof. So just be aware. Just be aware of this. Our subconscious tarot message is the Sun reversed. If we're looking for a yes or no answer, subconsciously, the answer is no. We could be really looking at it and be like, yeah, I can do this. But the answer right now is like, hold on, not quite yet. The Sun reversed. You need to connect with you first. There's a sense of like, I should be happy, right? I should have it all. But it's not quite yet. There's something missing. It's the spiritual. It's the unseen world. That's what we need to connect to. That's what's going to be so important to us, Scorpio, and is so important to us. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And enjoy this powerful, powerful time. Bye.